the man pressed a magnet against the wall, securely attracting key number 4 from the other side. Then he slowly moved the magnet, shifting the key from the side wall to above the main door. The entire process had to be extremely careful, otherwise any sound would alert the security guard on duty. Fortunately, Jimmy successfully brought the key down to ground level. He then positioned the magnet against the door gap and successfully drew the key inside. But now the two were trapped inside the room. How could they open the lock from the outside? Jimmy, however, had a plan. He pulled a hemp rope from his sleeve, threaded it through the keyhole to the outside, then retrieved a wire from his clothes, and slipped it through the door gap to hook the rope and pull it back inside. One end of the rope had a groove that fit the key perfectly. He then tossed the key outside, and pulled the rope. The key outside slowly rose, until it reached the keyhole. Next, Jimmy pulled out a pair of pliers, gripped the tip of the key, and turned it clockwise a full rotation. The locked door opened successfully just like that. Before leaving, he took out some tape, and stuck it over the lock, to prevent getting locked in again. Then the two headed to the storage lockers, to retrieve the clothes they'd stashed when they came in. He had Lisa change into a janitor's uniform. Their target now was to steal the museum's statue, but the statue was surrounded by infrared beams on all sides. Getting close would trigger the alarm. Jimmy, however, pulled a boomerang from his sleeve, walked straight toward the main exhibition hall, and threw the boomerang, deliberately triggering the laser alarm system around the statue. The moment the alarm sounded, the guards immediately went on alert. Jimmy quickly ducked back into the storage room, pulling the door shut with an iron hook. Soon the guards rushed to the exhibition hall. Even a large police force was deployed, but after checking for ages, and finding nothing wrong with the statue, they all breathed a sigh of relief and returned to their posts. Before long, Jimmy pulled the same trick again, returning to the exhibition hall and triggering the alarm with the boomerang once more. The guards heard the alarm and came out to check again, but the statue remained completely undisturbed. The head of security was furious, convinced the alarm system was malfunctioning, and prepared to cut the power, which was exactly the effect Jimmy wanted.